Welcome to the Sports Zone. I'm Crystal Rice. Alongside of me are Jonathan Barden, Louis Montesi, and Hillary Hunt. Mississippi State took care of business on homecoming Saturday. Let's find out if they will be able to carry that momentum into a big game this weekend in this week's Mississippi State Corner.
Sports have healing powers. There's just something about them. From the New Orleans Saints' success post-Katrina or Major League Baseball's resumption after 9/11, sports can make us forget, but also remember. Recently, Mississippi State remembered one of their own.
It's like it's a highlight of everything else that's happened since my boy left.
On the eve of the one-year anniversary of the passing of Mississippi State's number 36, the Bulldog community gathered to honor and remember a fallen teammate, son, and friend with a Nick Bell 3.6-mile run. Nick embraced MSU, and MSU has embraced Nick.
When my boy would leave home, I was kind of sad that he had such a big smile on his face leaving home, but I knew where he was going. He was coming to a place where he loved to be and loved to be around the people here and do what he loved to do, and that's play football.
Nick was more like just a brother from the same mother, you know.
Their mothers may be different, but Nick Jones and Nick Bell were brothers. Both pledged together in the Omega Psi Phi fraternity. And with Bell's personality, it didn't take long for the two to become inseparable.
Get out of practice, he'd call me and be like, hey, let's go ride around. We just ride around, talk, just talk about anything, just life in general.
Though Nick Bell's life was tragically cut short by cancer, his spirit lives on and inspired so many others to participate in the event. New MSU softball coach Van Studeman encouraged her entire team to participate and hopes the run turns into an annual event.
Yes, I'd love for it to be a tradition and something that we could do together as a team in memory of a great man.
$5,500 was raised in the event, all of which will go to the Nick Bell Memorial Fund to give children books. That's an extraordinary amount for an extraordinary person.
This is not an ordinary person. This person was born from God. God is love, and that is the strongest force on this planet Earth, is the power of love.
As the Bulldogs continue their 2011 season, all the players still wear his number on their jerseys, as to never forget the legend of number 36. In Starkville, Jonathan Barden, The Sports Zone. If you would like to donate to the Nick Bell Mentoring Memorial Foundation, please visit www.nickbellfoundation.org.
Mississippi State jumped out to an early lead Saturday and quickly put away UT Martin 55-17. MSU had over 500 yards of offense for the first time since the Auburn game. Is this the Bulldog offense that everyone has been looking for since the start of the season?
I don't think so. It's really smoke and mirrors for this team. It's really hard to gauge where you are as an SEC team by playing an FCS opponent that everybody expects you to blow out.
Absolutely.
This is a UT Martin team that now is giving up 351 yards per game, 28 points per game. And while the offense, there was some improvement, I don't think that Mississippi State is where everybody expected it to be at the beginning of the season.
As you mentioned before, it is so difficult, and that's why I really never get excited when we have these matchups against teams from the FCS, even if it is a guaranteed win. And I'll knock on the negatives first. I'm a little disappointed in Tyler Russell's performance. Guy completes half of his passes, 9 of 18 for 183 yards, a touchdown and an interception. And this was his last chance before the Alabama game to really gain momentum as the starting quarterback, going into a game against a team that is arguably the second best team in the nation, which is why I'm a little concerned. But I mean, anytime you get 55 points on homecoming weekend, it's good.
Yes, we're definitely not where we're used to be, but we're better. We're improving. Like you said, look at Chris Ruff, 5 out of 6 passes, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns. So, hey, we're definitely proud of the Bulldogs for at least homecoming.
A win's a win. We'll see how they fare out this weekend against Alabama. Mississippi State returns to SEC play for the remainder of the season, starting this weekend with Alabama. The Crimson Tide are coming off a disappointing loss last weekend home to LSU. Given what they've seen from victorious Alabama defense and the hard running of Trent Richardson, can Mississippi State win this game?
Well, I'll go ahead and say they can, because I'm not the kind of person who likes to say never. especially in college, especially in college football, because then you're the laughing stock of everyone else later on. But you got to keep in mind that Alabama's game after the LSU game still the best in the nation as far as points per game, giving up 7.1 points per game. A stifling defense. The only way I could see Mississippi State possibly winning this game is if Alabama comes in mentally unprepared and just has the wrong mindset. But Saban is not a coach who is known for that. So that's why I would have, if I have to pick, I'm going to go with Alabama.
You mentioned Alabama's defense and how they are at the top of their country. They rank number 1 in almost every major defensive statistic. And Courtney Upshaw, arguably one of the best defensive players in the nation. The only way I see Mississippi State winning, like you said, if Alabama comes in unprepared, or if Mississippi State can grind it out and keep that Alabama defense
absolutely.
on the field.
It's going to be real tough for Mississippi State this weekend. But when we come back, we'll take a look at that LSU-Alabama defensive battle, and later we'll tell you if Georgia can complete its improbable comeback and win the SEC East.